Welcome back to Nice Gambia. Welcome back to the #1 platform. And today we are here right at the main venue at the Banjul sand mining. We are here to confirm the price of sand. At the same time, we are here to engage with the PRO to know more about the Banjul quarry, about the Banjul sand mining. Stay tuned and watch the rest of the video wherever you might be watching from. This is your #1 YouTube platform, Nice Gambia. We are going to engage with the main man, Bankamana, the PRO, to know more about the sand mining here in Banjul. Well, a lot of people are saying that, here is the only quarry that is operating right now in the Gambia. Other quarry are closed by the government. So we are here to confirm or to hear from the main man, the PRO Bankamane, about the services they are doing here and many more. We are here at the very venue at the Banjul sand mining. I'm here with Bankamane, the main man, the PRO. So we are here to engage with him to know more about the Banjul quarry. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
Yeah, we greet you.
I greet you too. Thank you very much.
Today, Nice Gambia YouTube platform is here.
Yeah.
We are here to confirm the price of sand and the services you guys are doing here.
Yeah. Well, the price of sand is $575 per cubic meter.
Cubic meter.
Yes, that's we sell per cubic. We don't, back in the days, the quarries, I call them sand mining companies that were on the coast. They used to, and I guess that everybody got used to that, where they will just load a truck. And then when the truck goes in town, people will call it a 10-wheel truck. And so most of the people, they just count the number of wheels on the truck and then they will say it's a 10-wheel.
10-wheel, yeah.
But in reality, the 10-wheel can be 10 cubic meter, it could be 7 cubic, it could be 3 cubic, God knows how many cubic they actually put in there. Mm-hmm. So that's why we use the actual measurement so that you know how much sand you are actually buying and you are getting, rather than just calling it a 10 cubic, a 10 wheel. Because if I tell you 10 wheel, two 10 wheels could be totally different. One could be 10 cubic meter, one could be 7 cubic meter, because it's just the number of wheels on the truck.
Sure.
But when you count as cubic, then that's more, I think, more transparent, and it's more fair, I think. In that way.
But here, what the people understand very well, they understand the 10 wheel, or they understand that thing, the 10 wheel, or a single trip.
Yeah.
If I told a single trip, how much does it cost?
No, the 10 wheel, again, that's why I went to the cubic aspect. Because see, this 10 wheel thing is very confusing. Again, what is a 10 wheel? Nobody knows. If I buy 7 cubic and put it in a truck and bring it for you, you just count the number of wheels on the truck, and apparently they have 10 wheels on it, and you call it a 10 wheel. When another person could say, no, I want 10 cubic meters in my truck when you bring it. So that person comes and buy 10 cubic meters, and he brings it, and it's the same 10 wheel truck. But this guy has 10 cubic meter and 10 cubic meters, and you have only 7 cubic meters. You see how unfair that can be. So that's why we insist on, so the 10 cubic meter, if it is just sand alone, you are buying, you just multiply 10 by 575. So that's $5,750 for a 10 cubic meter truck. Yeah. So that's
$5,750
$50 for the 10 cubic meter truck. That doesn't include transportation. That's just for the sand. Yes.
There is also a lot of rumors going in town about the quarries that were operating here. Nowadays, they are no more operating.
No, the quarries that are closed, they are not closed because of us. They are closed because the sand is finished. Back in the days, those quarries, what they used to do was, on the coast, they would just, give you a plot of land, and you just go and dig. Use a shovel machine and start digging and loading trucks. That's it. Sure. So if you dig and dig and dig and dig, it gets to a point where there is no sand left anymore.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. There is no sand left there. So if you go to the coast now, all you will find is big trenches that have nothing but water in them. So it's a total destruction. It's a total madness over there. When you go from Batokunku all the way to Kartong, that whole entire place is just big craters. And you cannot construct house over there. You cannot put a garden over there. You cannot do anything with the land because it's destroyed, completely destroyed.
Completely destroyed.
And that's why they stopped, not because of us. You know, they did that from Badakunko to Kartong. They destroyed the whole place, took all the sand out, and then they just left big holes in there. Now those holes are replaced by water, and water is now, you know, water intrusion has basically just turned them into rivers. So that's it.
Yeah.
It's not because of us, really.
Sure.
Yeah.
People are also complaining that, you know, you people are about to move from this place. You are about to close this place.
At some point, yes, that's the whole idea, to move to the coast. But there too, we'll be dredging sand from the sea and then pumping it on land.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that around the Sambuya area.
Sambuya area.
Yes.
You are going to carry the same process.
Yes, dredging sand from the sea, pumping it on land.
On land.
But then also we'll be doing restoration over there.
Yeah.
You know, those craters I was talking about, those big holes that are filled with water and everything that you cannot do anything with now. We'll be filling those too. We'll be doing a lot of rehabilitation work over there.
That is very good.
Yes.
So what advice or what message do you have for the fellow Gambians who are buying sand and the drivers who are saying that the Banjul sand, the quality is lacking? You know, most of the drivers are saying that. They said that the Banjul sand, the quality is lacking because when we come to plastering, it's not very good. Is that true?
No. You know, this plastering talk, it used to be, but now the talk has even died down. Because I guess most of the people who are saying it came to realize, no, they were wrong. Because plastering really is what we call rah, you know, rahiro, mandinka or all of rah. So, you know, no matter what kind of sand you get, if you mix your right quantity of cement in it, you should be able to do rah with it. Now, that conversation came about because we are saying the sand that has horripine, you know, the shells, sea shells, small cells in it, that's very inconvenient to do plastering with. But most of the sand we sell, I would say 90% of sand we sell don't have any sea shell in it. Back in the days, we used to dredge parts of the sea that had some quantity of that. But even now, we don't have that anymore. So that conversation has been done away with a long time ago. Yes.
So a lot of drivers also are saying that, well, the Banjul sand is a good quality. If you go there, you'll be able to, you know, have a good quality sand. You know, others are saying this Banjul sand, the quality is lacking.
Well, you know, people have opinions and people have their preferences. We can't do anything about that. All we can do is present a sand and say, this is what we are selling. You are free to buy it, you are free not to buy it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, I guess for those who don't necessarily agree with the sand quality, and I don't know why, but again, this is the only sand available in the country right now. And it's not, again, like I said before, it's not because we came and they shut down those quarries on the coast. No. It's because they have totally destroyed the area and they have no sand left in there.
Yeah.
There is literally no sand left. That's the only reason why they closed. So if we were not here, there would have been no sand available in this country for construction. Let me put it that way. So right now, we are the ones saving the day. If this sand was not available, nobody would have been able to do any construction. So, you know, you agree with the sand quality, you don't agree with it, that's a conversation we can even have. If somebody comes, they want to know the quality, we can give it to them and they can test it, they can see whether they like it or not. That's all we can do.
Yeah.
But as far as, you know, people who like it, who don't like it, that's a matter of choice. You know, it's like some like tapalapa, some like senfu.
Yeah, that's true.
So we can't do anything about that. All we can do is encourage people to buy it, and then, you know, and then if they have any issue, they let us know. In the environmental concerns that have been raised before, that people were concerned about, none of it has manifested yet. Some we are saying we are here to flood Banjul. None of that. Some we are saying the bridge is about to fall down. The bridge is still there, as strong as it ever was. Somewhere, I mean, all kinds of stuff. So, but again, all of those things were based on people just talking without any sort of empirical evidence to back up what they are claiming. So now I guess we are all coming to the understanding that most of those fears are not necessarily real. They are just imagined. So, and we'll continue to engage. If anybody has any environmental concerns or issues or has observed something that we need to know about, well, please come forward. You know, this is not imposed on anybody. This is a national project. It belongs to individuals, private individuals, yes. But the service itself, when you look at it, it has a national nature to it. But think about it. If you don't have sand, then Gimpex will close down. Nobody's going to go there and buy building material. The only reason why you buy building material, you buy cement You buy building material, roads and all these things because you have sand to build. If there's no sand, the economy literally will come to a grinding halt. Not to mention the day laborers, the number of youths that are in construction that go do their day laboring thing. Not to mention the number of masons, Gambians who are working in the field. Not to mention the number of construction companies that are in the country. They will all come to a stop. So a lot of people's livelihoods depend on this. So this is what we need to understand, that this is part of the broader economy, and it's a big part of the economy. If we stop working for 3 days, it just literally shuts everything down. I'm telling you, Gimpex doesn't operate because all of a sudden, you have no sand, you can't do anything. You have to wait until you have sand, then you buy your cement, and you buy your rods, and you buy your nails, and you buy your, I can go through a list.
Yeah, yes.
And a whole economy is relying on that. Construction right now is a huge part of the Gambian economy. So, and this is central to that. In fact, it is the main ingredient. Once you have your sand, is when you start talking about other stuff. So this is, I hope that pretty much addresses your question.
Very clear.
Yeah, but if anybody has any issues or concerns, our doors are open. You are here as a media, you came in, I talked to you. I didn't say, no, I'm not going to, because we have nothing to hide. If you have questions or you have observed something that is of concern, please come and raise it. Together, let's walk through it and fix it.
So
that's the goal. Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
I can see trucks coming in and going out.
Yeah.
Is there any procedure before any truck come here and load sand?
Yes. Because these things, again, we have to do it in a professional, orderly fashion. So when the trucks come, they will pick a ticket somewhere, because then that assures us that they are following the line. Otherwise, people can just come to the intersection over there and cut the line and come in. So we don't allow that. They all have to go all the way to where Hamza Barracks is, pick up their tickets, the ticket over there. That ticket is what you have to present here to buy.
The ticket is how much?
No, you don't buy it. That's meant to make sure that everybody goes, follow a line and go and pick up a ticket and come. So if you bring a ticket, we know you've gone there, and then you come, and then they come in that order. So, the trucks, that's how it has been working, very organized, very orderly. No issues. The truckers have been cooperating. They are working day and night, and we are happy for them. And together as a country, let's build our nation. This is what is the goal.
Sure. Okay, you mentioned earlier. You also mentioned earlier that here the sand mining belongs to an individual, not to the government. Can you make that clear? Because a lot of the people are saying that the sand mining here in Banjul belongs to the government.
No. Well, the government has a part in it. For one simple reason, and this is very important to make. I'm glad you asked this question. Very good question. Anytime you take a national resource, which is sand, the sand doesn't belong to the company. It belongs to the state, this sand, because we dredge it from the sea. And that sea land, it belongs to the state, right? Now, what you do is just like with any resource, mineral resource for that matter, you pay royalty to the government. So every inch of cubic of sand we take, we pay royalty. So yeah, you can say in that way government has a share in it. Yeah, but that's the extent to which the government has ownership in it. So, but it's not like government formed a company, registered it, they did all these things, and it's in the government's name, and they own shares in it, that they, as in the true meaning of shares. No, government, what they get from this operation is the royalty you pay, basically GRA taxes, and municipalities, they also get their fair share of taxes. I can go through a list. So that's how government gets something out of it.
That's very important.
Their fair share, yes.
And we thank you very much, Mr. Bankamane, for taking your time.
Thank you.
We appreciate you.
Anytime.
And we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Appreciate it.